Helen?
60 seconds.
Oh my God, look who's come back.
Speaking of trouble.
Oh, if it isn't my favorite bad Penny. How are you?
Let's switch it on.
I mean, you got...
Well, where are they? What are you guys doing here, camera 3? Oh, never mind. Contestants, Raul here. How many people do we have playing? One player. Hey, don't worry. We'll be your designated friend. Go ahead and type in your name.
We're gonna need an ice.
Another thing, are you looking for a 7-question game or a 21-question game? All over it for you.
$20.
30 seconds.
Now remember this, your buzzer is the letter B, as in Boolean.
That's right.
Get out of
And
here, you
2%
kidding me?
20 seconds.
Wilma, no contest.
All right, listen up. As soon as you think you know the answer to a question, buzz in. Then you have to hit the number that corresponds to the answer you want. You got that?
10 seconds.
All right, hey,
9,
good luck out there.
8, 7.
Okay, here we go.
Five,
Who's the desktop?
four,
Go to black.
3.
So keep an eye on your local birth announcements and hop on the Black Market Baby Roadshow tour in a city near you.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Welcome to You Don't Know Jack TV. My name is Schmitty, and I want to be the first to congratulate you for dragging yourself away from the idiot box for a minute so that you could sit in front of a computer game by yourself. Okay, well, you're playing all by yourself today. Well, that's okay. Look at it this way. You got a lot of room. Okay, let's go. Throw me a category.
And now, climbing up the charts all the way to number 1.
The category, flaunting the facts of life. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Hey, if you're like me, you can't get enough of that pert little Dr. Ruth or those sexually pent-up girls from the Facts of Life. Which Facts of Life girl could have appeared first on Dr. Ruth's show to talk about losing her virginity? Joe, Blair, Natalie, or Tootie? Here's the one the winners pick. Natalie was the first of the Eastland girls to lose her virginity, and it only makes sense that Natalie would feel comfortable telling Dr. Ruth about it. I mean, really, she does look an awful lot like Mrs. Garrett, don't you think? All right, pick a category. Here we have, see how pointy? $3,000 for this one. Hey, you remember that Martin Short character, Ed Grimley? Yeah, well, imagine that Ed Grimley gets arrested for stalking. Given his celebrity obsession, which of the following would he most likely use as a defense in court? But his golf swing is hypnotic, I must say. I wanted the facts of life, and that's no lie. I just wanted to buy a vowel, you know? Or, but he did want his Charmin squeezed. Ed Grimley is fascinated with Pat Sajak and wants to be his best friend. Oh, Pat, I believe I'd like to buy a vowel.
What would you like?
Oh, I don't know, Pat. It's so difficult to decide, you know. I guess I'd like to buy an L. Category, please.
This is question 3.
Let's take a look at, if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any telly. You get it right, you get 2K. Righto, let's cross the Atlantic for this one, shall we? Which of the following is not an actual British kids show? Bagpuss, Wurzel Grummage, Pardon My Crumpets, or Blue Peter? There was never a British kids show called Pardon My Crumpets. But I think there was an American kids show called Move Your Buns. Give me a category.
Spotless window, shining floor, do it all with number 4.
Coming at you. Hi, Bob. You get it right, I'm giving you $1,000. Okay, now I want you to concentrate and tell me the answer to this analogy. Frank Bartles is to Ed James as Larry from Newhart is to Dick Loudon, Tom Poston, the Darrells, or Vermont. What do you say we check out the right answer? Frank Bartles always speaks for his silent partner Ed, and Larry Newhart always speaks for his brother Daryl and his other brother, Daryl. And I think I speak for all of them when I say that wine coolers are for sissies. Time to pick a category. Hey, bless Smut with Dime Store.
It's time for Supervision.
Grab hold of this gibberish category. How to pleasure yourself. I'm going to open the value of this gibberish question at $5,000. Now check this out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. All right, listen up. I want you to tell me what phrase rhymes with this. Rub thick nerve, bliss the ounce spent. And never mind that punctuation. First clue, it's like a commercial. Great, like we don't have enough of those. It's like a commercial, but it often promotes. Make me proud, type in your answer and hit. Yep, PSAs are a great thing. I mean, my mom could tell me that joining a gang was wrong like a zillion times, but it was only the sage-like wisdom of Ricky Schroeder that made me see the light. All right, I need a category. For your enjoyment, because I'm sure the public gives a crap. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Think fast, it's question time. Say Phil Donahue hosts a show about his own marriage. Given his wife's most famous TV role, what would make the best title of the show? The Bionic Woman is My Woman. I really do love Lucy. In 1980, talk show pioneer Phil Donahue married that girl, Marlo Thomas. Of course, the show would probably get higher ratings if it were titled, I Married That Razor Blade Wielding, Leather Wearing, Three-Armed Transsexual Girl. All right, pick a category.
Hi.
Ordered.
Don't shoot. Got him ordered.
Tonight. Savory.
I love you, question 7.
Let's see what we got going. Morning, noon, and Ted night. I'm going to give away $3,000 this time. See what you can do with this one. Too Close for Comfort is set in a cool house in San Francisco. According to the show, if the house were still being used as it was originally, what would be a better name for the series? Too Close for Convicts, Zoo Close for Comfort, Two Whores for Comfort, or Glue Horse for Comfort. For the curious, here's the right answer. In the show Too Close for Comfort, the house the Rushes live in was originally a whorehouse.
Hey, Dad, you want to see a trick?
Throw me a category. May I introduce voyeur or artist? $2,000 for a correct answer. All right, take a look at this personal ad and then buzz in and type the name of the person who most likely placed it. Single white male in search of single female. I like to watch when you least expect it. I'm not a stalker, just a candid voyeur with a camera. Like practical jokes? Can you smile? I look like the chief from Get Smart. Who placed the ad? Too bad you didn't type this. That practical joker who watches people when they least expect it and tells them to smile, you're on candid camera, is Alan Funt. Now, how long would you date a guy that thinks every day is April Fool's Day? I'm thinking like an hour, tops. Category, please.
Refill your tank and check your number 9.
I believe this one is called Pseudonyms at South Fork. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Ready? Catch this. If you didn't know any better, how might you assume that J.R. Ewing's daddy on Dallas got his nickname? Being born in Texas, working in the oil fields, sleeping with a lot of women, or washing athletic supporters for the Dallas Cowboys. If you didn't know any better, you might think J.R.'s papa Jock Ewing got his name washing athletic supporters for the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, he should consider himself lucky. They could have called him Mr. Scrotum Sweat. Give me a category.
The following is a test of question 10. This is only a test.
The category is, you're a puppet for the man. How does $2,000 sound? Hey kids, it's howdy doody time. If one of the Fraggles from the kids show Fraggle Rock asked the Oracle Marjorie for advice and didn't like what she had to say, what would be an appropriate response? You're a real motor mouth. Pipe down. Put a sock in it. Or you're just talking trash. Hey, if you got a minute, take a look at this. Marjorie is a trash heap, and she gives the Fraggles advice. Kind of like Loveline. That's the end of round 1. Don't touch that dial, because we're going right into round 2. Now, in round 2, every question is worth twice as much, so there's going to be some big cash moving around. Let's get to it. Time to pick a category. This one's called Mating Rituals. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Put it in gear, because here we go. If The Courtship of Eddie's Father were a show about the courtship of Eddie from Frasier, what might you expect that courtship to entail? The trading of recipes, the debating of psychological theory, the giving of physical therapy, or the sniffing of anuses. Eddie from Frasier is a dog, and dogs sniff each other's anuses. Okay, fine. Dogs aren't the only ones that sniff anuses. There, you happy now? Throw me a category. And our special guest tonight...
It's a beautiful day in the cubicle.
I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Flex those fingers, here it comes. If Mr. Rogers wanted to be on a show that resembled his job before hosting Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, on which show would he most likely want to work? Amen, Dangerous Minds, The White Shadow, or Taxi? Mr. Rogers is an actual ordained minister, so he'd be right at home with the ministers and deacons on Amen.
And the Lord said, let there be sweaters, trolleys, and puppets, and the Lord saw that this was good. Can I get a positive affirmation from the congregation?
All right, pick a category.
15!
For your viewing pleasure, have some Newhart. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Okay, free your mind. If you had the same dream that Dick Loudon has in the final episode of Newhart, what would you awaken to find? Your home has been bought by the Japanese. You hate Vermont. You're in bed with Suzanne Plachette, or you have two brothers named Daryl. You hate Vermont? How could you hate Vermont? It's beautiful. Have you ever been there? Shut up and give me your money. Well, that'll make an exciting story, won't it? In the last episode of Newhart, Bob Newhart's character Dick Loudon wakes up and finds himself in bed with Suzanne Plachette, the woman who played his wife from the old sitcom The Bob Newhart Show. It's funny stuff. So you'll find yourself in bed with Suzanne Plachette. And then you'll probably pinch yourself and find out that's all a dream. Oh no, I'm not really in bed with Suzanne Plachette. I'm all alone in my lousy studio apartment like usual. Nobody calls me anymore because I spend all my time in this little booth. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Let's move on. All right, I need a category.
The kookiest digits you've ever seen. Together they're 14.
Today's specialties include, where do you go after busting heads? You want $6,000? Give me your right answer. Hey, do you remember the premise for the short-lived 70s show Sarge? Because it might help. On Sarge, George Kennedy played a cop who gave up his crime-fighting job for a new career. If he had held the two jobs at the same time, what would we have seen him do on the show? Shooting criminals and giving them last rites, shooting criminals and embalming the bodies, shooting criminals and burying the bodies, or shooting criminals and sewing up the wounds. Samuel Cavanaugh, the main character in Sarge, was a cop turned Catholic priest. Say 5 Hail Marys and eat lead, my son of a bitch! Category, please. Well, look what you just happened upon, my little friend. You got yourself a dis or dat. And this dis or dat questions category is... hindsight is an hour? Okay, I'm gonna name off 7 names, and well, someone's done this before. Here's your 30 seconds. Let's do it. You down 60 minutes or 20... Mike Wallace. Dan Rather. Diane Sawyer. Harry Reasoner. Barbara Walters. Last one, Andy Rooney. That'll do it. Gee, you only got 4 of them right. Well, no surprises here. Let's look at your score. So you wanted a little help, then give me a category. Well, what do we have here? Dead clown walking. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. Hey, do you remember that episode of the Mary Tyler Moore Show where Chuckles the Clown dies? Well, given the cause of Chuckles the Clown's tragic death, which song would be the most inappropriate to play at his funeral? Great Balls of Fire, Muskrat Love, Baby Elephant Walk, or Little Red Corvette? You probably wouldn't want to play the Baby Elephant song at the funeral. Chuckles the Clown is killed by an elephant while dressed as a giant peanut. Hey, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Time to pick a category.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you. God bless.
You're beautiful.
This category is known as Paternity at the Ponderosa. You get it right, you get $2K. Eyes forward, we're going. It's Mother's Day on Bonanza, and the Cartwright boys are preparing their presents. Because they have the same mother, which of the boys could go in on a present together? Adam and Hoss, Little Joe and Hoss, Adam, Little Joe and Hoss, or none of them? Should have picked this one. The 3 Cartwright boys have the same father, but all have different mothers. Not to mention that all their mothers are dead. Hey, why doesn't anybody keep a closer eye on Ben Black Widow or Cartwright over there? All right, I need a category. Shake hands with Officer Harry Palms. If you know this one, you're getting $4,000. Okay, I know you don't read the magazine, but maybe you've heard of Penthouse Forum, where people send stories about their own sexual adventures, right? If Penthouse Forum had as many stories as there are in Naked City, how many stories would the magazine have? 1 million, 6 million, 8 million, or 10 million? At the end of each episode of Naked City, we're told that in the Naked City, there are 8 million stories. Which would make the magazine too damn thick to hide from your mom.
What is this, young man?
The New York City phone book?
All right, pick a category. Open wide and get ready for which makes me hippest, a cigar or a martini? We're talking $6K here, so pay attention. One question coming right up. If you're a bartender and someone asks you to fire up a Colortini, what would be your most appropriate response? Haven't you had enough, Norm? Shaken or stirred? On his Late Late Show, host Tom Snyder frequently tells his viewers to fire up the Colortinis and watch the pictures as they fly through the air. No one's really sure what the hell it means, though, proving that Tom probably enjoyed a couple of Colortinis the day he thought it up. Throw me a category.
Question 20 now concludes its broadcast day.
All right, give it up for What Would We Do, Baby, without guest stars. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Uh-oh, that ne'er-do-well alcoholic Uncle Ned from Family Ties has gotten into the vanilla extract again. Considering the actor who portrayed Uncle Ned on Family Ties, what might he say when Alex finds him in the pantry? I like my vanilla shaken, not stirred. Stupid is a stupid drinks. Survey says vanilla! Or definitely vanilla. Definitely vanilla. Tom Hanks, a.k.a. Forrest Gump, riveted audiences as the alcoholic Uncle Ned on Family Ties. An earlier version of the script has Alex finding out that Uncle Ned is a cross-dresser living in a hotel for women. Time to pick a category. You're about to embark upon the attack. Hit your buzzer when you... Oh, well, someone's been attacked before. Let's see how much you've learned. Here's your clue. Didn't you wear that yesterday? Now put on your thinking cap and good luck with this Jack Attack. There it is. Hey, way to go, Player One. You know more about TV trivia than anyone else who played that time. How does that make you feel, huh? Kind of like...
You don't know. That's a wrap, folks. Give yourselves a little pat on the back. And Raul, are we doing another one of these?
You want to play another game? You got another game. Just let me know when you're ready.
Give me back my crack baby. A woman inmate, played by Valerie Bertinelli, fights for her right to breastfeed, and the entire cell block rallies around her. At 11, join us for Shower Scene, beauty tips for women on the inside. And of course, at 11:30, it's Lights Out, because it's your life sentence. Television for women in prison.
Tonight on Jack TV, watch what happens when your sweet, sweet slumber plays host to some of America's Scariest Dreams.
I had the most awful nightmare.
Real-life recollections of vivid bad dreams.
I tried to run, but kept falling and my legs wouldn't move.
When the laws of nature don't apply.
Then it, turned into this weird kind of, pit bull cat thing.
And the mechanized world fails you.
I kept turning the key and the car just wouldn't start, and I was so late to work.
And there's no place to hide.
I had to go on stage, and I didn't know any of my lines, and I was nude. Would
you wake up in time?
America's Scariest Dreams.
Find out tonight.
Extra carbonated Belch beer. Why else?
Coming up, another daycare horror story designed to make working mother feel guilty tonight.